Good evening and welcome to NTV Business. I'm Dan Mwangi. Now, the National Treasury today tabled its case before the National Assembly Budget and Appropriations Committee on both the supplementary budget estimates and the budget policy statement. Supplementary budget estimates propose a 75.1 billion shillings increase in the expenditure for the current financial year, bumping up the total expenditure to 1.96 trillion shillings. The Treasury and the Budget Committee were also looking into the budget policy statement, which was last week approved by the Cabinet for transmission to Parliament. Of note is that the budget policy statement includes an upward revision of allocation to county governments to 370 billion shillings. Kenya's automotive policy, which was drafted in 2019, is in the final stages of approval and could soon begin to recast the automotive landscape in the country. According to the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Enterprise Development, the policy's priority focus will be to cut back on the volume of imported used vehicles and improvement of the operating environment for local assembly. On average, Kenya imports 8,228 full-built units per annum, 85% of which are used vehicles. The automotive industry has been identified as one of the anchor pillars of Kenya's manufacturing industry in the government-led Big Four agenda.
Government has prioritized the local assembly of motor vehicles as means of creating jobs and enhancing technology transfer. Our country has been facing a challenge of influx of second-hand vehicles. And one of the reasons when we ask Kenyans why they are going for second-hand vehicles, they said it's because of affordability.
The reopening of trade channels adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and the conclusion of negotiations on fisheries subsidies are some of the key priorities that the new Director General of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi has outlined. Alex Mwangi reports on Ngozi's first day in office.
Owing to COVID-19 safety protocols, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's arrival at the World Trade Organization's headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland, was a low-key affair in terms of the number of people involved, but whose significance globally was a grand affair.
We have a lot of work to do, so I feel ready to go.
The highly qualified Dr. Okonjo-Iweala is the first African and first woman Director General of the WTO.
I remain honored and humbled by the confidence members have placed in me. I'll bring all my knowledge, passion, experience, and persistence to the task at hand, reforming the organization and achieving results.
Dr. Okonjo-Iweala was confirmed to the post on February 15th this year, following consensus by the WTO's General Council.
This is the first time I see the sign, Director General.
She finds a full entree at the trade body, whose operations had been severely hampered by sabotage from the administration of the former US President Donald Trump.
We need to prioritize action on COVID-19, both for the immediate and longer term, and focus on completing the fisheries subsidies negotiations before the middle of the year. We must agree the roadmap for reform of the dispute settlement system and prepare a work program to achieve this, which can be endorsed at MC12.
The new Director General has the arduous task of restoring confidence the world over in the effectiveness of the multilateral trading system, even as protectionism among nations becomes rife.
It cannot be business as usual. We have to change our approach from debate and rounds of questions to delivering results.
Dr. Okonjo-Iweala's term expires on 31st August 2025.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Alex Mwangi, NTV.
Financial services provider Britam has announced a business realignment process that will result in the sending home of some of its staff. According to a press statement, employees in the affected roles and positions are expected to exit the business under a voluntary early retirement program. The organizational restructuring is expected to end before the third quarter of the year. The restructuring comes soon after changes in the executive suite of the company. Tavaziva Madzinga replaced the long-serving Benson Wairegi as Group MD, while Mohamed Karama replaced Walter Hollas as the chair. Both their terms commenced on the 1st of this month. Business is done, so am I. Good night.